In other words, what's been accomplished in 4 years of a presidency has less to do with the freedom described by Canaan and all of the activists with their "Don't Tread on Me" flags and patriotic emblems. And more to do with those who Mr. President Donald Trump said were terrorists. Antifa and Black Lives Matter and all of the activist protesters yelling and screaming and breaking windows and graffitiing, talking about Marxism and communism and what they say most of all has to do with their theory and philosophy, apparently, socialism. Keeping the psychology of those who a presidency said were the enemies domestically with the brute force of those who they supported. Similar to how a military would operate, how a police enforce their laws, observing behavior and finding targets, killing foes, and allowing women to vote, men to not be bound by tribal concerns and elder control and restrictions. And mostly democracy for them all to vote and not have to have a dictator, a supreme leader who stops them and denies their freedom. Veterans died from a presidency who advocated their dominance and sacrifice, using the psychology they learned from military and providing psychiatric treatment better than a previous administration, but never giving them all what's needed to achieve their goal and aspiration of living in a country with freedom instead of oppression and suffering. After fighting for what they were told their flag meant during war. A moment of silence and calm and peace and quiet. Don't remove and eliminate and erase the tragedy of 4 years of mystery, and lies. Forest fires and bad air and stronger storms, trash everywhere, needles in parks, tents on streets, in cities and downtowns, in a civilization with emotion caused by a system with processes used during slavery and segregation and now perpetuated as standards for how to fix climate change and economics for equality and fairness. Strategies used by a presidency now continued from a lack of care and attention and awareness for why there's Black communities dying, Mexicans, Hispanics, and South Americans begging for entry to a land on earth with prosperity and less hunger and danger and risk. A conflict now. A presidency has made more important and necessary to have food and home and not be drafted for some militia, some Army, some Navy, some Air Force, some Marine Corps on a side with ethnicity, dialect, skin color, and culture, and another side with beards and white skin, Black Army vets, Black military veterans, African Americans who enjoy Proud Boy activities, and humans who appreciate conspiracy theories more than neuroscience and neurology, medicine and health, textbooks about economics and microeconomics, macroeconomics, and teachings about non-duality. Who carry their flags and their guns and their machine pistols, fighting against knives and tactical gear and bombs, each side with their vehicles and both in agreement. They want war to solve their problems now.